So I saw this on a TikTok, so I'm like, hey, I have a lot of these. Yes, but unfortunately I only had the round topped ones, and Tracy on TikTok had the pointy ones. Oh my gosh, this is so simple, y'all. I cannot believe I had to go searching for the ones with the pointy tops because all mine were rounded. I could just keep digging out these all day long. So yes, I actually had to go in and search at the antique mall to try to find the pointy one. So as simple as this is, hey, if Chris is home, I'm going to let him cut. So he's using a straight guide. That's what's on the side of him, guiding him so he can keep his cut straight on the bandsaw, but all he's doing is cutting off that bottom to make a level base. And voila, we have a little wooden Christmas tree. Surprisingly, the pointy top ones were harder to find than the round ones in our area. All I kept doing was finding round ones, and this little guy was in a utensil lot that I had already, so I thought we needed a set. So I hope that you're enjoying today's content. Yes, we are making some crafts. We are doing some DIY, taking secondhand finds and some new purchase goods and throwing them together and making beautiful holiday decor. And if you are new to our channel, my name is Yvonne. This is Ginger Chick Rehab, and I love to take secondhand finds and share my vision with you all of what to do with these items. So these random pieces were in the bottom of a box of a Christmas ornaments that I got in an auction lot. And I kind of just set them off to the side. I didn't get rid of them because I thought that they might be useful. So in a recent video, I actually made a Christmas tree out of an old receipt holder that was metal. Though these are not metal, they still have that pointy top. So that is what I'm going to create with those. But first, I want to get them spray painted up black. So unlike the receipt holder, the wood is not as sharp as what a metal is. So I can't push the fabric through. I did try. And then I couldn't use black beads. My black beads from the Dollar Tree store, the holes were too tight. So luckily I have this stash of wooden beads from Amazon from a project from last year that I'm going to go ahead and they fit over this wooden pick, I'm going to call it, so that I can still make a Christmas tree. And I have this beautiful ribbon. Oh, I love this. And this was Hobby Lobby ribbon in the fabric, so it should be there year round, not just for the holidays. So yes, as simple as that. I put a couple beads at the bottom, hot glued them in place so they don't slip around. I took a piece of the fabric ribbon and then tied it in a knot. Now I'm going to put another bead, put a little bit of hot glue yet again to keep that from slipping and moving around. We're going to take another piece of the ribbon, just tie one simple knot and work our way up. Now we're going to trim our ribbon to look like a tree. So I've just got some sharp fabric scissors and I'm just going to straighten out my ribbon just a little bit, making sure it's all going in the same direction, and then just start cutting and giving it that angle and trying my best to make matching sides, though you can tweak it as you go. Then the final topper is a little star. I have some wooden stars that I got from Amazon last year, and I'm just going to go ahead and glue them on the top. Though the smaller one I worked up a little too high with the wooden bead, so I'm going to have to remove that to be able to fit my star on there. But yeah, you know, it's always a trial and error when you're crafting. In another recent auction haul, I got a whole bunch of these tin molds, and in a previous video, I did this same thing, though I tried to age these a little bit more using the vinegar, the hydrogen peroxide, the salt. It did not work. They didn't age at all. But anyway, I have this random piece of pallet wood that I dug out of the stash that Chris probably thought was good enough to burn, but I love the idea of making a little votive holder. So all I'm going to do is, this aluminum is really easy to drill through, so I'm just going to go ahead and pre-drill a hole and then put a silver screw in the bottom to hold them in place. So this piece of wood was not in our burn pile box. This was, sometimes when we get auction hauls, there's just random pieces of wood. And look at that amazing aged patina on this piece of wood. So, yeah, but let's get crafting. So, and I absolutely love vintage music sheets. And I know that you can print these off, y'all. I know that. But it's not, it just doesn't look the same. And I actually went to Pinterest looking, and then it wouldn't print out the same size as what the paper was, and it was going to throw my wording off. And so, yes, I'm just using what I have, that I have a lot of. So I actually cut the board in half, so I'm going to be able to get 2 different projects out of this. And the board fits perfectly the old Christmas tree, so all I'm doing, I'm going to Mod Podge it onto the board. And after the Mod Podge is mostly dry, I can't say it's completely dry, I'm just taking some 80 grit sandpaper. I'm going around the edges to cut off, and I want those edges to be jagged and uneven, just like that piece of wood is. So just going back and forth in that kind of motion will start to cut the paper. Now, going with my old Christmas tree theme here, I have these random piece of wood yet again that I got out of the burn pile that I actually used on some other signage, and they have that perfect patina to start cutting into smaller pieces to make a cute little Christmas tree on this. What I'm using is a Japanese saw, awesome hand saw to have for smaller projects. So what I'm going to do is start off with the bigger, working down just a little bit. I'm just going to eyeball it, mark it with my fingernail, and then just keep cutting them a little bit smaller until I have enough to fit. And I am actually taking my orbital sander just a little bit. It's making kind of a jagged edge on the bottom where it cuts, kind of more of a ripping than a cut, so I'm just smoothing that out. These are so lightweight, it's not going to take much to glue them down, so I'm just going to use a little bit of the STARBOND CA glue to glue them down in place. And the final is to add a rusty star to the top. And the wood is so thick that I don't need to have a hanging system on it because it will stand alone. For the other piece of board, it's got a little bit more age to it. I just absolutely love it. This is one of those times where all you do is wipe the cobwebs and the big pieces of dirt off and you leave the patina as is. Too much cleaning will take off that patina. So on this one, I am going to Mod Podge, but I'm just going to do all the music. So I picked a music sheet that had the music closer together. And if you are like me and you are very impatient to wait for glue, paint, anything to dry, so to help the Mod Podge dry underneath the paper, I'm just taking parchment paper, a no steam iron, and then just going back and forth until it is dry. Since this music paper is a little bit thicker and it took me a little bit longer to get it to cut, just using my hand sandpaper, I'm going back with the orbital sander to just speed up the process. For this one, I'm not putting a Christmas tree on it. I'm just going to hang this simple grapevine wreath, just a little small one. I got a whole bunch of them in a bag this summer at garage sales, and I'm happy to use them up. Though my inspiration had a little greenery one, I'm going more for the natural theme, and I just absolutely love this ribbon. So just a simple ribbon hanging system that I'm going to wrap around the back and the staple on to hold it in place. So all I'm doing is trying to eyeball somewhat center. I went looking for wood to put those the molds on. I ran across this piece of wood and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just absolutely love this piece of wood. I believe it is a piece of walnut and I like that raw edge that it had. Though when I put the molds on it, it didn't look right. It just wasn't that kind of rustic primitive I was looking for. So I'm just going to go ahead and smooth this down, and I'm actually going to have Chris drill some holes in it to put some glass votives. I don't want to see this go into the burn pit and go bye-bye. I really would love to see it just a simple rustic rough sawed piece of wood that is beautiful. And then to finish this piece off, just a little bit of Varathane Natural wax to just bring out that beautiful patina of that wood. And I know that I showed you the process of me trying to age those molds, but I know you probably saw, what was that thing that was in there? I had just actually thrifted this Jingle Bells for $3.29 at Goodwill, but it's so super shiny, and the aged ones are worth some money. So I thought, you know what? I'm not going to hurt this pleather. It's not real leather. So what could it hurt to put it in that solution? So the solution is distilled vinegar, hydrogen peroxide, coarse salt, and then what made the water rusty was adding a piece of steel wool in there. And then you just walk away and let it sit. Now I ended up having to rub the bells a little bit to get that top coat off, and it patinaed it a little bit, but not as much of the rust that I was looking for. I probably could have gone a different way, but it's always fun to experiment.
So thank you so much for watching today's video, and what did you think? Have I inspired you to look at secondhand finds in a new way? Not only just on the everyday of making them over, but especially at the holidays, creating something beautiful to add into your decor or to give to a friend, or if you're a reseller like me, to put in a retail booth and to sell. So thanks again for watching today's video, and as always, if you're part of a YouTube family, thank you so much. And if you're new and you're checking out our channel for the first time and you liked what you saw, please hit that subscription button along with the notification bell so you know we've uploaded a new video. And we will see you next time, guys, and you can see what we're up to. Bye!